Welcome back to Idaho Today. This next conversation is a sensitive topic. That's because September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and talking about this topic should not be shied away from, making everyone aware that there are resources and places to get support and help. So we're joined right now by Kathy Jarvis from Warm Springs Counseling Center. And Kathy, I know we really want to begin this conversation by talking about what is normal and what is abnormal in regards to behavior.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing up this topic. It is a sensitive one and it's hard to talk about. So normal behavior with kids and teens, and again, I'm going to talk probably every time about always trust your gut.
Okay.
If something feels off, trust it. But when we look at behavior changes, we're looking at significant ones. So all of a sudden, if there's a lot of anger and you're like, what's going on? Because depression can look like anger. Mm-hmm. Actually. And so if there's isolation, withdrawal, they don't really want to hang out with their friends anymore. They're not wanting to do things they enjoyed, right? So those would be things you're keying into. And I think another piece that people may not recognize, because I think we're all getting more familiar with signs of depression, right?
Yeah.
Other parts when it comes to suicide prevention are the kids that are always wanting to do more, that have a lot of pressure. They're on the varsity team, they're, getting those high GPAs, and they feel a lot of pressure. And so we've got to watch out for them too, because they take it all on and they don't feel like they can ask for help.
Yeah.
And so things to watch for is if they keep taking on more.
Okay.
In that regard. And kind of beating themselves up.
Yeah.
And a big component of suicide is actually low self-concept, low self-esteem. And so kids that just don't feel very good about themselves, they might not be depressed, but it's still, that puts them at risk. And so watching for those things. And then the next most important thing, conversation.
Yeah. Okay. And let's talk about the importance of conversation, right? Because, often we hear, oh my goodness, where parents we had no clue.
Had no
or
idea.
Friends I had no idea that they were feeling this way, because they seem so happy all the time.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, my goodness, they were a star student, a star athlete, all these really high accolades.
Yeah.
And then what seems to be out of nowhere, this tragedy happens.
Yeah.
So how do we have that conversation to make sure that we are connecting and that someone realizes that they have the support and the outlet that they need to just breathe, that they are enough the way they are?
Right. So having those conversations, and it's going to be, people might feel awkward. The most important thing, if I can stress,
yes,
right, is don't be scared to say, are you feeling suicidal? Are you feeling like killing yourself? Don't beat around the bush. It doesn't cause any harm, and you're not putting any thoughts in the kid's head when you say that. What you're doing is letting them know, hey, I care, right? And I want to know how you're doing. And if you feel like something's off and they don't want to talk, that's when you're like, I just want you to know I'm here whenever you want to talk. I love you, and I will support you through all the challenges you're going through. Things not to say, let's go there.
Okay.
Things not to say is you have nothing to be depressed about. You have everything going for you. There's no reason to kill yourself, and to diminish that, because the reality is, for them, they have every reason.
Yeah.
The things that they struggle having reason for is living.
And you need to validate them.
Yes.
And recognize how they're feeling, that it's real.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That feeling like that is okay.
It's okay.
But that they're loved and that they're supported regardless.
Right. And you can get them help. You're in this together.
Yes.
But
they're not alone.
They're not alone.
Yeah.
We'll get, doctors, we'll go to counseling, or if they're in counseling, make sure the counselor knows, create a safety plan.
Kathy, there is so much more to talk about with this topic. And I know we're going to have you come back again to talk about this further, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. But if someone watching needs more advice and they need those resources, where do they go?
They can go to our website to know how to get those resources. 988, fantastic. If you're worried, they can help you through about how to talk, about what to do. And call me. If you want to talk to me, feel free to call me. Call Warm Springs and be like, can I talk to Kathy? I'm happy to talk to anyone
Warm
through this.
Springs Counseling.
Warm Springs
Kathy,
Counseling.
you're here.
Yes.
We so appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Everyone, stick around. More to come right here on Idaho Today, right after the break.
All right.